At that moment in time, you hear the gunshots getting closer and closer and closer.
Tonight, victims of the Orlando nightclub massacre sharing their stories and their pain.
2 of them are here.
I turn around and then there's this guy just shooting everybody. I got shot in the leg.
And now, from the chaos at the club, a massive show of support as Orlando tries to begin the healing process.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lori Jennings.
And I'm Calvin Hughes.
We have breaking news right off the top tonight. President Obama will be traveling here to Orlando on Thursday to pay his respects to the victims' families and to stand in solidarity with this community as they begin to recover.
And today, the focus and the spotlight has been on the victims of this massacre and their families as well. Many showed up today hoping to be notified about the best of news, but they were facing their worst nightmare. Make no mistake, these are 17 of the images of the people who were involved in that shootout in the nightclub, and they were shot to death. And they had so many promises, but their lives were cut short, their future snatched from them. But there are 49 victims of that shooting, and not to mention the people who are still fighting for their life in the hospital right now. Many families are hurting.
Thankfully, there were hundreds of survivors as well. Our own Michael Seiden joins us live now with one chilling survivor's tale. Michael.
Well, no doubt, Lori, we were out here all day today as some of those survivors were discharged from this hospital, reunited with their families for the first time. And you know, we got to talk about the doctors, those trauma surgeons. They have been working around the clock since Sunday morning. But again, as you mentioned, we are hearing some chilling and stunning stories of survival.
Just 24 hours after the shooting rampage unfolded inside the Orlando nightclub, we're now hearing from the victims who ran for their lives, their chilling and shocking stories of survival.
I know a lot of us were praying, just praying that it wouldn't be our last night on earth, that we could see our families one more time.
We just heard the shots getting closer and closer and closer and closer, and I honestly thought that I was gonna die there.
That moment, I told them we gotta go, or else we're all gonna die.
Blood, me walking over my friends practically.
This disturbing image captures the moment 26-year-old Norman Cassiano escaped the massacre. And it's amazing because tonight he's already out of the hospital.
2 of them are here, and then the other 2 are on the exact same side.
And headed home with family after being shot 4 times in the back.
Honestly, I'm just in shock still. My body is taking it little by little.
What was supposed to be a birthday celebration with friends turned into a horrific night of violence. As soon as the gunfire rang out, Norman and his friends began to panic.
And I just military style crawled to the bathroom. Once I got into the stall, there was already about 10 people. And then another swarm came with me. We closed the door, and we all just started huddling together for safety. A gentleman stumbles into the bathroom, collapses in front of the stall door, and he's bleeding everywhere, and he's begging to come inside the stall. We're trying to get him in, but he wouldn't fit underneath.
But the door would not open, and seconds later, the killer entered.
And the assailant came in and shot him one last time.
Norman says he tried to play dead, but the gunman continued firing shots, wounding him 2 more times in the back before exiting the bathroom. That's when he knew he would have to make a run for it.
Where did you find the courage, though, to get up and run?
I think about it today, and I'm just I don't even know where that came from, because I didn't feel the lower half of my body at that point.
Tonight, we're also hearing from this South Florida native.
I got shot in the leg.
Lady Anna tells us she never thought she'd make it out alive. She found a way to get out, but sadly, some of her closest friends are among the dead.
Said right now your thoughts and prayers are with one of your friends.
Yeah.
He's inside the hospital right now recovering. The rest of your friends, have you been able to make contact with them?
No. I don't know where everybody is at.
2 strangers who are now united by tragedy, both trying to understand this deadly act of terror and hate.
I still haven't made reason as to how a human being can have so much hate to do something like that.
Yeah, and you saw we did that interview with Norman while he sat in the passenger side of his parents' car. He's going to be in a wheelchair while he recovers. Again, he was shot 4 times in the back, but the good news is doctors say he's expected to make a full recovery and he will walk again. Lori and Calvin.
Oh, that is great news. We thank him for sharing his story. Hard to imagine the panic of being stuck in a small space with a gunman for 3 hours.
Yeah, that was the length of time that standoff took place inside that nightclub, and now